So
Right.
yeah.
So, and it's been pretty, like entertain, like on my end, right? Like I enjoy it more than like, let's sort of say doing a show with like a super huge battle rap fan. Like, like
Mm.
some, like, don't get it twisted, like, not to say it, they wouldn't have anything to offer, right? Like, you're a super huge battle rap fan. Of course, you're going to have something to offer, but I think there's also something to be offered, like, to the people that are coming through as he's walking through his beginning of battle rap enjoyment journey, as he's like meeting people through this interview series
But
that we do. You know what
also,
I'm saying?
like high key, I care way more about your music. Like even like I could become the biggest battle, I'll still care more about your music. To be honest, like I actually
Nice.
I just one dropped the track with you, and I had already watched that music video, and it didn't really connect that this is the same Matt Ills that and then like I'm like, oh shit, I already seen this dude rap, cause like and it stuck with me, cause like the way I would put it is, you're like the guy all the contest rappers are trying to be right now,
Word.
and like it was like, cause I noticed things like the flow and the way you rap, and then like when you look at your music across time and you see the versatility and angles that like that shit is really cool for me. Like I mean, battle rap is also dope. I went to my first battle. I tried it out. I was an obnoxious crowd member, and that moment it's gonna haunt me forever. Some shit got picked up. I'm gonna regret that for the rest of my life. Not really regret it, but like, but like
That's
it
funny.
was fire still. So I was like, cool, but like, nah, the music's still more like the focus. So I think that part makes it cool because like that is a whole other side of your career that's running simultaneous to the battle rap. And I think if it was just battle
Yeah.
rap, people we might forget that. Which is a good point
Yeah,
because
Facts.
you were
definitely.
actually dropping music throughout this whole grind time thing too, right? Because you started long before
Yeah.
it.
I've never, yeah, I started dropping music immediately after I graduated from high school.
Mm.
Um I've dropped a lot of projects. I still, even now, like
What's your
I'm
number?
just
What
now
you on?
getting, what's that?
What's your number? What you on? What project number are you coming up on?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know anymore. I'm not doing full projects anymore. I'm doing singles. I'm just
Word.
dropping singles. But like I got to deal with some guys up in Brooklyn. It's Otherworld Music Group. It's OMG. Um they're like, there's some dope individuals, man. And the I believe the distribution goes through the same label that Lush One is on.
Word.
Um, and that the parent label for that distributes through the Orchard, Sony. So
Copy. Right.
so now what I want to do is get a catalog up through the Orchard, through Sony, so that way I can showcase my songwriting ability. So the first song that I actually dropped was this past month. It was called Toxic Love,
Mm.
and I'm not rapping on it. So
Word.
I'm getting into dropping all kinds of types of music to showcase that I'm a songwriter, because
Hey.
it's me evolving, through my life and my experiences. And like, I'm not really trying to I'm really not trying to be out there like, look at me, I'm this rapper and I need this deal and all this money. Like, I really have met all my heroes and have traveled to all the places that I thought I would want to go to in the United States. And like, via hip hop and the culture, like, I'm good, like now
Yeah.
I still want to put out bodies of work. And so this label is allowing me to do it pretty much at my own pace. I got a whole bunch of like rap songs coming, but I also want to show that like I could write other music.
That's awesome.
Word.
And
Nah. I mean, personally speaking, for me, I super respect it. I've always been that type of artist that, like, I'm not, like, I always was in the middle growing up with like a lot of hood motherfuckers. The one hood motherfucker that's like, yeah, but like, I'm not just gonna do that. And like, I want to do like music and like songs that go on radio, and I want to rap on like some house shit, some fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's fun.
And then like, which has evolved to now, like, you know, like you said, like, doing, not rapping, right? Like doing other things on the music.
Yeah.
That is just like, you know, that's what you're
I
supposed
mean,
to
even
do.
then,
Like, if
like,
you're an artist, I think that's what you're supposed to do as a real artist, is evolve.
yeah,
But I also know that there's an art to the rappers that are also artists, but don't ever really change their what they do and stick to that pocket, and they remain within that pocket like
Yeah.
their entirety of their career. I
I
respect
mean,
that as well. I'm
yeah.
not like, you know, like I'm
And they
not
can get
against
busy
that.
in that, you know what I mean? Like they can
Yeah,
get busy in their own
absolutely.
right on that. So
Yeah,
it's cool that they stay there in
yeah,
that lane, you
yeah.
know. It's not a
But
bad
for
thing.
me, I'm like, I want to grow artistically at all
Yeah.
times and try new things and do different things and challenge myself artistically. So like I could appreciate that. Like that's dope if that's what you're doing right now.
facts. I mean, I just like the idea of like the evolution part because I'm also like the more you learn how to sing, the more you want to sing. Like I don't know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like rapping. I mean, I like it and I will always want to, but like, yo, now I got like range. There's like octaves that I can play. You know, all of a sudden you're like, what else can I do? What else can we bring to this toolkit? How
Yeah.
can you know? And it just gets like it's like just getting more. It's like art. You know, you're just evolving it within it. But it's like just the challenge of it. Like if it's too easy forever, I get bored personally. So it has to like
Like
kind of be hard.
if I get an overwhelming amount of people that say like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" I don't fuck with that. then I might use that as like a checker to say like, okay,
Okay. So
maybe I need to check
yeah,
myself, you know, in
yeah,
me
yeah,
being like experimented with what I'm doing. But
yeah.
like every time I set out to try to do something different, it just feels right, and it turns out to be something dope. You know what I mean? Like it's it's a dope feeling to be able to do that. So like, why stop? You know, like.
Facts.
And there's a lot of my homies and people that don't want me singing that say that, you know, like why don't you, like, you're a dope ass double time rapper, like be aggressive. And it's just like, yo, how many years do I gotta rap about the government sucking for you? Like I'm tired of doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to talk about like this fucking chick I was dating, we broke up and shit got fucked up in my life. Like I need something else to let
Yeah.
me do another outlet. You know what I mean? Like let me
That's how I
fucking.
felt. I felt like I don't want to keep on making super lyrical and fucking all this like rap like that's like cater. I'd like to make music for like
Yeah.
women to enjoy and
And
party
like no
to.
one could take
Like
it away
I
from me
want a
either.
song
Like we
that
can't.
women are gonna like get dressed to and get
Yeah.
and play in the car
Yeah,
ride on the
like,
way to the club. You know what I mean? Like I want that song.
Right.
You know,
and no,
I want to.
it's not like nobody can jump in and say, "Oh, you doing love songs now? Like you can't rap." But it's like, no, I can still bite your head off.
Yeah, yeah,
So like,
absolutely.
I mean, you've
like I could do.
definitely crushed a lot. Yo, I have a
You don't
question
ever
though.
lose it.
What's a Guerilla Republik?
Word.
So
Great question.
that is a great question.
I don't know anything about it.
Guerilla Republic is they're a global organization now. Of how can I say this? They're activists. A lot of like social activism. In Delaware, there's, you know, brother Is works with the Marley family. He I believe he's a curator at the Delaware Museum. Does all kinds of community programs. Like Guerrilla Republic is really an organization and chapters in these different cities that spread awareness amongst its people and help people out.
Okay.
So we choose hip hop because that's that's a great vessel to get our messages through, and a lot of us are influenced through hip hop. So Rob Love is a Haitian man, and it's stems from the first slave revolt in Haiti, where the slaves beat out their masters. And that's basically what we're doing. So we set up to spread knowledge and information and keep people free in their mind. And there was a really dope underground network that Guerilla Republik had set up at one point that we were touring through. We were visiting different places. Like I got to go onto an Indian reservation, um, the Leech Lake Reservation, and do like anti-Columbus Day festival there and perform. We went to the Bronx Museum one year and we filled up an entire room in the museum with coats. It was like a coat drive for the homeless. Mortal Technique performed there. There was a whole bunch of motherfuckers there doing that shit. Like Guerilla Republik gets people involved. Like when you saw those people during the Occupy movement that were crossing over the bridge that were getting locked up, those people that were at the front, like the first 50 motherfuckers that were up there in the front getting wrangled up were Guerilla Republik people.
Wow.
Or
Like I love these people, man. They're everywhere. They're a part of everything that I do. Like I'm always when I do lounge battles, when I do my shirts, the lounge battles is made by Guerilla Republik. So they do everything from my gear to all of the stuff that I've been putting out. They pretty much any MADD ILLZ gear has been printed by Guerilla Republik.
Okay. And so, from what I understand, you're a general within Guerilla Republik, and that's what you had said before. And
I just been putting in work. I've traveled around to the different cities and have put in work with those people. So I'm an event organizer. I was the largest hip hop event organizer here at one point. It's not so heavy in Orlando, as it is like out in Delaware or Atlanta, where Rob Love, the creator of Guerilla Republik, the founder, lives. He used to live in LA and it was big out there as well. But yeah, man, like anytime, like we're trying to work on an NFT project and I'm trying to head that up for them. Whenever there's ideas to be had, like I sit down with Rob Love. Like Rob Love is probably my number one mentor that helps keep me straight. Like when I first met Red Bull, it was through this tournament. Like he was there in Atlanta. We were strategizing, like talking ideas. Every time I have an idea for something, I always involve Rob Love. Like if you think about how Grind Time took off with its different chapters, like where the fuck do you think I took that from? From Guerilla Republik, because they already had chapters set up in all these cities. Like they were already doing musically what Grind Time was doing for the battling. They were already doing that for the underground hip hop scene.
wow.
word.
Right.
It's crazy.
And okay, so like a philosophical movement, they do merch, they just create awareness. So it's just like a collective of people that do a lot of different things and under the same banner with like more of a philosophical alignment. Yeah, that's wild cool. I like that a lot. That's the type of shit I really geek on. That's fucking dope.
Now, like you see Immortal Techniques logo.
Yeah, it looks the
Guerilla
same.
Republik shirt. You know, that's everybody's cool with each other. They're fam with each other. We're along the same line of beliefs that Immortal Technique is on.
Right.
So like,
no, it makes sense. So so you go through the grind time phase of your life, right? Because I mean, now we talked a bit about now a little bit, but what happened between grind time? What comes after that, I guess?
After grind time, I was burnt out. I sold Grind Time in 2017. I sold it to Fresco and a dude named Word of Play. They had a company called Young Republicans of America, and I think they were like the same dudes that was buying up battle leagues at that time, and so they tell me, they tell me that they want to preserve the channel, and that's the reason why they want to buy it. And they caught me at a time where I was really burnt out. I was in a crazy ass abusive relationship, and I was just out of my fucking mind. Like I was literally going crazy. I sold it to them, and then I found out that like King of the Dot owns it all of a sudden. So either King of the Dot, more than likely they bought it and then turned around and sold it to King of the Dot. But in the midst of them turning around and turning control over to King of the Dot, they fuck up. I guess too many people are logging in, and it raises suspicion to Google. So Google locks the account and says like, y'all can't get in here unless you have the original email. And the mother email to the Grind Time YouTube account was my Gmail account. Well, I have nothing to do with the sale of Grind Time from Fresco trading it over to King of the Dot and them getting it locked. I have nothing to do with that. There's no contract that states that I have any kind of anything to do with it. I tried to get it unlocked just by like contacting Google, like saying that you're the owner, and then you have to verify that you are who you are. It says, thank you, we'll be in contact. And that's it. That's all it has ever done.
Wild.
So I've never, even if I wanted to try to unlock the channel myself, I couldn't do it. So like the channel is a ghost ship unless they found a way to get in it. Like nobody can get in it. It's been sitting like that ever since.
Crazy.
Yo, that is
like
super crazy.
Fresco,
Like,
they had some beef with Moss Gelton, and I think they were taking battles down. They were doing some shit, and mad battle rappers were hitting me up at that time, and I was like, nah, bro, like I have nothing to do with this. So like I sell it, and pretty much from June 2017, I turn off battle rap. I don't care what goes on. I don't know who's big now. I don't know nothing. I haven't watched one single event since June 2017. I've watched a couple of rounds from battles here or there, but I haven't watched any events or been to any events since then. I went to one event in Miami a few months back, and that was just because I was in town. But like, after that, man, like I go through like a crazy ass like depression, like, and it's not from battle rap related. It's not entertainment related. It's just that I was stressed out from all of the shit that did happen from Grind Time, which wasn't the ending that I wanted it to be. But then I was like, yo, like the channel is being demonetized because everybody who was somebody that got on that channel ended up getting distribution, and they would go back and they would flag the channel and demonetize it. So like it wasn't making anything, even though it was like racking in views. I would have to turn around with a big ass budget to save it, which
are you saying like because all of the songs that you guys would play within, so these people would then end up getting signed, and then these labels would come and claim all of these videos, and you couldn't really do much about it because
direct the first company that he was doing was with a dude who was given like distribution deals. Like they were going back around to try to demonetize the channel. That was the thing that they were doing under the scene. Like they were getting the channel demonetized by getting people digital like distribution set up. And they would go back and claim those songs on the Grind Time Now channel.
Yo, that's serious. That's like some
that's like
not cool internet moves. Like
yeah, and so but that's the thing is like I don't get online and like complain about none of that shit. Like it just is what it is, and it happened that way, and I was already like in a bad place where I was at in a relationship that I was just like, man, fuck it. Like fuck this shit. I sold it, and because motherfuckers are gonna talk shit while I had it, and then when I sold it, they talk shit about me selling it. So I'm just like, and it's just battle rappers. It's nobody else. There's nobody outside of the community of people who make fun of each other all day that are saying like, oh, you did a bad thing.
Nobody cares. It's just battle rap.
Yeah, so like,
and battle rap fans are just like
Battle rap fans.
They're
Yeah.
they're as obsessive as like any obsessive fan group, which is just like too much.
Yeah.
And it's always like, you guys gotta relax, man.
Big true.
You gotta go do something.
Yeah.
You're
So
way too
like,
involved right now.
bro, after that, it gets like got pretty bad for me because just I was just in a super fucking crazy relationship. I ended up going to jail. I got locked up. Um, like this chick lunged at me in my car, and I fucking like I stiff armed her, and she fell out the car, and I fucking took off. Bro, I got charged assault and battery with a deadly weapon for that shit. I was facing 5 years in prison for that move. So, like, what I technically should have done was get out of the car, and whatever the fuck she did, and I could have got her arrested for it. But like, bro, like, we're in the heat of the moment, we're arguing, and then she like fucking lunges in the car. Like, I just blocked her like this, and fucking
Yeah, yeah. You did a
So it's like,
natural reflex thing.
yo, the police report says some wild shit. She says that I like held her and like drove around the parking lot and shit. And it's just like, yo, so I fought it. I got a lawyer. I fought it. And in order to save out from going to prison, you have to plead out. You plead guilty. They drop your charge to a misdemeanor. So that way I don't have a felony on my record. But because it was a violent charge, the felony still shows on my record. It just shows adjudication withheld. So if you go and look up my background, like if I'm trying to get a job, which I couldn't get for a hot minute because like that felony case shows up. So it was really fucking hard. But as soon as I got out, Red Bull really fucking supported me, and they end up booking me for to host the Denzel Curry versus Flatbush Zombies like in-ring battle event. So it was just me, Denzel, and Flatbush Zombies, and we were in a fighting rink in Miami, and there were like thousands of people around us, and I'm doing the commentating between them. I'm refereeing, doing the commentating in the ring with them. It's aired through, I think, Complex, and they had the hosts from there. They were there doing commentation on like off on the side. So like Red Bull like really fucking hooked me up and gave me gigs, and I got my own Friday night radio show as a radio host on an FM station out here. I did that for a good like 6 months. Like immediately when I got out, I got that show, and every Friday night we had ciphers. So when I came out, I was like, screw the battle community. I don't need to be there anymore. I can still gather people. I can still build a community myself. So I started doing that via the radio station, and I built up another following again. But this time around, I wasn't battling. They really didn't know me. They knew that I battled at some point, but like now people are knowing me for my music and my hosting and my event organization. And the newer fans that I get now, when they find out that I battle, they're like, what? It's fucking crazy, because it's like, if you ask somebody else, like that's all they know me as. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know me. Like there was people that were hearing my Toxic Love song, and they'd come back and say like, oh shit, you're a rapper? I'm like, yeah, I just put out this singing song. This is the first one ever I put out.
Word.
Like it's crazy,
getting
man.
a good reception.
So, yeah, so I just start doing things on my own and not really like not caring about trying to be a part of like any events or anything. But Red Bull's still showing love. People are still booking me. I'm doing shows with Free Daps. Free Daps is a crew of freestylers and improv artists. Were rated the #1 college show by NACA in the United States.
Hold up, they on Twitch.
So like, yeah, yep.
Yo, I know exactly who they are. I mean, like we
Yeah.
raid into them when they with these two, because I think they moved back to live shows, so they are no longer quite so Twitch centric. But during COVID, they like were doing a regular, and so I would raid into them here and there.
Yeah, that's my crew. I just did 30 shows with them this past month in April.
Yo,
We
they
went all
like
over the fucking place.
they are wildly coordinated. Like they know each other so well that they can
Oh
bounce
yeah,
off of anything that they do. That's cool.
they came from Grind Time.
I had no idea.
Jordan
What?
Keys, yeah, Jordan Keys and Isaac Knox. They came from Grind Time. And then
Oh
there's
shit!
another guy who's a
I
singer
did not.
songwriter named
Yeah,
Keith McNeese.
I
Yeah,
remember that
so
kid.
those are my guys. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Like
That's
Isaac
wild.
Knox was pretty good. He was like one of look back then. I think he ended up being like one of the top guys in Florida. No, like
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think he
yeah,
recently battled Johnny Storm and beat him. I mean, Knox is pretty much. I haven't seen really anybody lately bring it to him. Like he's insane. And because we tour and do this now, these dudes are sharp. These dudes are really, really sharp.
Yeah, they
Like they do this
word,
shit for a living. They're in New York tonight at the Caveat Theater.
wild.
word.
Yeah, they're doing a performance there. But like I do things with them, and now it's really about these NFTs and these NFT project that I'm coming up with. So that's kind of like that's the next phase of where I believe everything is going, and that's where I'm going to dedicate the majority of my energy to.